So you're already bigger than everyone. That's a strike against you in height and mass. You're a black man in America. That's a strike against you. You are a legend. Most people won't believe it, but that's actually a strike against you because people put you on a pedestal. They want to tear you off the pedestal. Everything that you do is going to be criticized. How is it that you have stayed human to people, like approachable? You know, no one's like people see you and they're like, "Oh my god!" And like when I see you with people, you're immediately able to break that ice. Like, how have you stayed that through the success and through all of the things that are up against you, just naturally because of who you are and the way that you look?
You know, when I first got drafted, I was making a lot of money, and I took my mom to a restaurant, and I was acting Big Willie. I was acting like I was the shit. And my mother was disappointed, and she said, "Son, it costs you nothing to be nice." So I dropped the arrogant thing, because, coming from where we come from, we didn't have anything, and now I got it. So this is my world. You're going to do what the fuck, all that attitude. She's like, it costs you nothing to be nice. And then one time I was in LA, and I was at a restaurant, and I saw a superstar. I'm not gonna say his name, but a kid came and asked him for an autograph. He fucking made the kid cry. And I always said to myself, if I ever get to superstar status, I'm gonna always take care of the kids. My mama said, be nice. I'm going to take care of my family. Everything I do is for my family, especially my mother. We play the game of basketball, and they pay us a lot of money. From 2 to 17, it hit me when I first got drafted. My mom never had her own house. Like, she never really had her own house. And our parents, they give us the basics. Be respectful, go to school, get this education, and make sure you always work hard. That was, the basics for our family. So when I said to myself, you know what? I'm about to buy my mama a house, right? I'm about to buy my dad this the same 600 Mercedes I got. I'm about to take care of my brother. I'm about to take care of my family. Now, there's many ways to lose that. And you know the ways to lose that. So you stay away from that and you lean towards the stuff that keeps it. Start businesses, educate yourself on, financial stability, on, financial wealth. Everything I do is for my family. And now that I have 7 children now, I have to do and I have to say the right thing. Good thing about me and my crew is if I happen to get offline, they can check me. Like, I did a little AI disc record. My mom wasn't happy with that, so I'm done with it. I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. So, another attribute I have is I always listen. You know the world famous Uncle Jerome,
Absolutely.
the only one that could turn my motor off. Like, he'd tell you, you bullshitting. Like, I used to, I got tired of dunking and go to my jump hook. So every now and then I like to shoot the fadeaway. And I may miss 4, but as soon as I fucking hit one, I look at him and be like, don't nobody want to see that shit. Fuck that. Don't shoot that dumbass shit. So, you know, you have to listen sometimes and you have to, follow your goals and you have to stick to your principles. My mother is an avid TV watcher. I would never want her to sit down and see me do something crazy. And then FOTM, don't fuck off the money.
Mhm.
Do not fuck off the money. So I try to do the right thing. I try to say the right thing. And I'm just being nice. I'm 50 years old. There's no need for me to be arrogant towards anybody that looks up to me. No need for me to be arrogant towards anybody. If you approach me the wrong way, I know how to reapproach you with that same energy. But listen, I'm a nice guy. I've fulfilled all my dreams. All my children hate using this word, but I have 7 perfect children. Like, they don't give me no problems. A couple in college, a couple graduated. Shout out to my nephew, Miles Bailey. He just graduated. I'm going to help him get in law school. So, the family is very important to me. So, again, I just try to do and just try to say the right thing, keep my mouth shut. I don't get into the gossip mess and all that. And I just try to make people smile.
You did the unthinkable. Um, we've seen a couple guys attempt to do it. Then I think the latest and most popular was Big Baller Brand with the Ball family. You started Shaq, the apparel line, sneakers, clothes, and starting that as a household name as the Shaquille O'Neal, most dominant player we've ever seen play. I remember 6th grade, a pair of shoes that my grandfather bought me from Kmart, I want to say. Shaqs. They were the kind of all white with the black down the middle, like through the sole, through the tongue. Kind of had like a and $30 as a household name. As when people say premium, like you want to do premium things, you said no. I'm gonna have these $30 sneakers. Number one, how did you accomplish that? Because you're going up against Nike. You're now the president of Reebok, owner and president of Reebok, Adidas. You're going up against all these brands, and you say, "No, I'm going to go do my own." No, help me understand. How did you go about that process? Who did you do it with to help you understand the marketing and the distribution and all of those things initially to start it?
So one day, me and my cousin Kenny were leaving practice in Orlando Magic. And Orlando Magic was the first arena I had, was in the hood. So they used to come out, Shaq, Shaq. Matter of fact, Marquise Daniels, when I was playing with him with Boston one time, he said, "Yo, man, you don't remember me?" And I said, "No." And he showed me a picture. He was one of those kids that used to always come and get autographed jerseys and get tickets and all that. Yeah. So one day, me and my cousin Kenny, we walking out the back, and this lady, she's coming, she's, dragging her son, and she's not smiling. The boy is Shaq, Shaq, she's not smiling. And she's like, "You motherfucker." And I was like, "What did I do? I don't know you. You motherfuckers got these high-ass motherfucking sneakers. My baby, he want these fucking high-ass Reeboks and I can't afford them." So you know me, I had a couple stacks. I was like, "Ma'am, I don't do the price point. Here's the money." And she smacked the money out my hand. "I don't want that. Won't you motherfuckers make an affordable shoe?" And I'm riding in the car and I'm thinking, I was like, that was my mom and me. I asked my dad for some Jordans one time. That motherfucker looked at me like, "Man, you better get the fuck out my face." He looked at me like that. I had to cut grass and fucking wash car and sell lemonade and all that bullshit. And then by the time I got my $110, I was a size 15. I bought some 13s. That's why my toes all fucked. I ain't gonna show my toes on camera, but that's something like I tried to squeeze in those Jordans. So all that shit was going back to me. And I said, you know what? Call Reebok and tell them after this, I'm gonna do my own thing. So if you look at this brand right here, and we're all creatures of our environment. Jordan has to what?
The Jumpman.
And this is the Dunk Man. So when I was in college one time, the professor said, create something that you can see being sold in the future. And you know me, Shaq shirt, Shaq drawers, Shaq socks. So I was in marketing class, I was in business class, so I patented the Dunk Man because that's how I dunk. I try to put my nuts in your face. So this right here, Dunk Man was created in 89, 90. And I just was going. And then I was talking to my dad about it. I was like, this shit might not work. I'm going up against these powerhouses. And he said something. He said, there's more poor people than there are rich people.
Mm.
I was like, shit. So, I think it only worked because I was a household name. Of course, you had Jordan and all those guys, but I was saying, I'm Shaq. And the only thing that took me a while to get is even though they're $30, you can't make them look like they're $30. Because you know how we get fucking criticized in the hood. And like people, I always hear stories how people used to get bullied for wearing my shoes. That's because their mindset wasn't right. I never made shoes that looked like $30.
Yeah.
I even went over to China and be like, motherfucker, I want the same leather. I want the same everything. So I just tried to keep the price point down. And that's why I did that, because, it was the right thing to do. And, when it was Reebok, another person, then me. Now it's just me and the shoe manufacturer guy. So, if you could go with Walmart, who has 50,000 stores, Kmart got that, and then it was a no-brainer. And then you get with all these companies and they say, okay, we don't want the Shaq brand. I'll say, okay, so I'll just create the Dunkman brand. So Dunkman was at Kmart and Shaq was at Walmart, and I just sat back. It wasn't like, because listen, back then when I first came in, brother, I had so much money I didn't need no more money.